You're listening to Radio Primavera Sound, proudly presented by Cupra.
Hello and welcome to Line Noise. And as you know, I'm something of a francophile, and as such, it was an absolute delight for me to interview the man Sébastien Tellier ahead of his Barcelona gig. Sébastien Tellier is one of the greatest artists around at the moment. A man who's done everything. When he kind of came in, people were talking about him as being a little kind of French touch, and he kind of went on tour with Air and did those various things. I think he was signed to their label as well. But since then, he's done all kinds of different stuff. The people he's worked with are like Tony Allen, notably with the song La Ritournelle, which is an amazing song. Guy-Man from Daft Punk produced one of his albums, and he just keeps on coming, keeps on making amazing music. His most recent album, Kiss the Beast, which was released in January 2026, is one of his very best, and as he puts it in the interview, he's back with fire, which I love. The interview was just incredible, obviously because of him, not because of me, so I can say we talked about how French he is, we talked about cheese, we talked about being the beast or not. It was a great interview, and I really hope you enjoy it as much as I did. Line Noise comes to you with the support of Cupra.
Yes. You just woke up. It's 11 o'clock. Can't be.
Yes, I'm on tour, and usually I play around 10 until 11:30. So I go to bed maybe around 2 or 3 in the morning. So I wake up at 11.
And don't forget, I've seen your tour bus. I enjoyed that video.
I enjoy a lot touring with the tour bus because, tour bus, it's a question of vibration, Yeah, it's like you are in the arm of your mother, and it's like little moves. It's perfect to sleep.
So look, I want to talk a bit about Kiss the Beast, the fabulous new album, if I may. I assumed when I heard the title, The Beast Is You. Is that right?
I'm not necessarily just the beast. I guess I'm the Kiss and the beast. Maybe when I am with my family, I'm the Kiss, a tender guy, full of kindness and just trying to be a good dad. But when I'm an artist, I'm the beast. I'm a beast on stage. I'm a beast in the studio. So I could say I'm the Kiss in my regular life, and I'm the beast in my artistic life.
Well, I was going to say that it seems like there's a very big difference between the artist on Domesticated and the artist on Kiss the Beast. Was that like a conscious thing?
Yes, because I did this album named Domesticated because I was domesticated by the life, and with 2 young kids, and my life was almost my entire life was about my regular life, and it was hard for me to be more a dad than an artist, So and step by step, I say to myself, no, stop to be domesticated by your life. You have to be a real artist, because to be an artist is the goal of my personal life. In all my life, my dream is to be a great artist, So I say no. I break the cage around me, and now my kids are bigger than before, and so now they can prepare the breakfast by themselves or this kind of thing. So now I have time to be a full artist again.
I mean, I've got kids as well, and so I'm quite interested in the idea. What do they think of you? Have they seen you live, for example?
Yes, I take them live. Yes, it's really funny, but I say to my kids, Papa is just a baby star. I'm not famous. I just love music. I have a lot of chance. I can play in front of people, but I try to say to them, it's just my choice, but you can choose what you want later in your life. If you don't like music, no problemo. If you don't like to write a song, it's not a problem. Do what you want, but you can see it's really, really fun to do music. So I'm like a snake, I say something, but I'm showing something else, I say, don't worry about music, but in the same time, I take them to the gig, and they can see, wow, it's cool to play in front of big venue and blah, blah, blah.
I think that's great. I like that contrast.
I think sure.
You said of Kiss the Beast that you wanted to make, and I quote, a record that's free, instinctive, guided simply by the pleasure of making music. Did you succeed in that goal?
Yes, I guess, because step by step, I of course, I think a lot about music and why I'm a musician and why I'm an artist, what can I do, blah, blah, blah. But I think there is something very strong, the basement of my music is my love for gear. And I discovered that maybe 6 months ago, It's like the pleasure to play piano. That's really important for me. And this album was this kind of pleasure. For example, I bought a Gibson Les Paul, but a metallic pink. It's a very beautiful guitar, very sexy guitar. And this guitar, for me, is almost the basement of the album because the guitar is so beautiful. When I wake up, I want to touch it. I want to play with it. And that's the real inspiration, in a way. It's all my guitars, all my synthesizer, my piano, my speakers, my computer, and I love them and I want to use them. So I use them maybe 10 hours a day, and step by step I have songs.
I wondered, actually, reading what you said about wanting to make music that was free and guided by the pleasure of music, if there had been a moment when that wasn't the case with you.
No, maybe after, I did a few albums, and I did an album named Sexuality with Guy-Manuel from Daft Punk. And this album had a lot of success in France, but also in the UK, US, Japan, blah, blah, blah. And so with this album, I did a big tour after, a lot of promotion, so many gigs and blah. And so after this album, I was tired. I was really tired. Like the success of this album really broke me. It was too much for me, too much energy, too much travel, because what I really like to do is to be on my sofa, in Paris, eating some cookies. I really like that, And for me, it was really the opposite of my natural state of mind. And so after that, this album, maybe I took 10 years to recovery. It was a long time. And me, I have this vision of artist, like very contemplative vision of art, like I take time to think about the world. I take time to watch the sky, to read a book, to listen to records, watch movie, blah, blah, blah. And so for me, it was important to not stop, because I did L'Aventura, I did My God is Blue, I did few albums, but I was not burning for them. I did it with all my heart, but without the burning, you need to burn inside to do a good album. And for My God is Blue and L'Aventura and Domesticated, I gave my heart, but not my fire. And with Kiss the Beast, I'm becoming with the fire, the real fire inside me.
One of the things I love about Kiss the Beast, and there's many things, the song Mouton, which has sheep noises and includes the brilliant line "J'ai un mouton dans la tête." I have a sheep in my head. What do you mean by that?
It's a question about, it's a song about all my mistakes, all my inner questions, and sometimes I say, I guess I think a lot, but for nothing, It's a loop. It's a loop. My brain is looping, like a sheep in a field. There is no destination. I try to go somewhere, but it's a loop. I think it's not just me. It's humans. Spirits are like that. It's there is no destination because the truth is too high for us. So we try to find the truth, but it's impossible for us to find it because we have just brain of human, And so in a way, we are not so far from a sheep, Maybe our brain are just a little more, are just little bigger than a sheep, but we are almost sheep. And so it's a song about that, it's a song to say my brain is looping, and at the same time, in a way, I'm just a sheep.
Well, you see, this is one thing I love about your music, because I can't think of many artists who would, write a song about being like a sheep and use sheep noises, make it work. It's a brilliant thing.
Thank you. But for me, it's really important to be deep and fun, because just fun, it's too light. Just deep, it's too heavy. And so the goal of my music is to create also a balance, a kind of perfect balance between everything, like fun, deep, but also happy and sad, and for me, it's really important to create this balance and to show to the audience I have an open mind. I'm not just doing rock music or reggae or hip hop. I try to create something else. And something else, it's a kind of, in a way, it's a salad. It's a salad of everything I love,
Yeah.
So if I have to give the type of my music, the style of my music, I do salad music.
I was going to ask that because I remember when you first came out, I think people called you sort of French touch, linking you to, bands like Phoenix and things like that. But I don't know. I didn't really feel like you fit in with that. I mean, do you ever feel like you fit in with anything?
Alors, in a way, yes. In another way, no. Yes, why? Because we have the same passion for synthesizer. We love vintage synthesizer from the 70s, from the 80s. That's for sure. And the same common point we have is we watch the same TV show when we were young. The same TV show like Miami Vice, the TV show, and we heard the same song at the radio in France because maybe we have few radio stations in France when we were kids, like 6 or 7. So I think we heard the same music at the same time. And we have, I don't know why, the same passion for all synthesizer. So that creates a kind of huge connection. But besides that, me, I'm more in I guess the French touch is about go to the dance floor, have fun, this kind of a spirit. But me, I'm doing a kind of intellectual music. It's more complicated. You have to take time to understand. Sometimes you can understand something in my music, but 10 years after to listen to the music, or it's more like my music. It's more like a book or like a movie, something like that. But this bunch of guys, Daft Punk, Phoenix, are really cool. They're still my brothers forever. I love them, but it's true. it's a anomaly. It's a kind of mistake to put me in the French touch move, because I'm not really a French touch guy. I'm just friend with the guys from the French touch, but I'm not a real French touch guy. It's true.
I mean, going a bit further on that, like, do you feel very French in a way?
Yes, I'm very, very French because why? I love cheese. I really love cheese.
Me too.
And but it's true. And when I'm somewhere else, like US or I don't know, UK, I really miss the French cheese, really, really. And also I'm French because, I prefer to do nothing than do something, For me, it's more important to go to the terrace drinking a glass of wine than to work. I don't care about work. I do music because I really love music, but for me, music is not a job. It's a passion. It's a pleasure, But, and I smoke a lot, and sometimes I read a book, or I'm French, I'm very French. And for me, from my vision and then a lot of French, I don't have the duty of to be merde, comment on dit efficace? Efficient. I don't care to be efficient. That's not the goal. Alors, in UK or US, you have to be efficient. It's really important for them. But me, I don't care. And besides that, also, I guess I'm very romantic. I have a very romantic vision of life. I see my life like a story more than just a life, And I'm romantic. And I guess French people are really romantic also.
Yeah. Oh, you talked about doing things for fun earlier. I mean, was that the kind of spirit behind the Eurovision Song Contest when you represented France in 2008? Was it basically for fun?
It was not. Well, it was for fun. Enfin, I mean, I did it in a fun way, of course. But for me, the goal was to sing my song in front. I don't know, millions and millions of people, because this TV show has a big success and a big audience. And this audience was the light for me to follow. It's just, but of course, the Eurovision Song Contest, I don't want to be not respectful, but for me, it's not an artistic contest. It's closer for me, Eurovision, than the circus, or patinage artistic, ice skate artistic, like. I don't know, but for me, it's not an artistic contest. It's just a big circus with a lot of audience. And I did it, but if they propose me to do it again, for example, or to do it again but for the first time, I will say no, because it's too cheap. It's too cheap. It's not artistic enough, So I did it. I don't really regret it. But I don't miss it, and in a way, I don't care about it at all.
Did you think you were going to win?
No. I was sure not to win. I don't know why, but enfin, why not? We never know. Because we never know the audience. The audience is so strange. But no. For me, the goal was not to win. It was just to do it and to sing my song in front of millions of people. And for me, it was enough. Just to sing my song was enough.
I wanted to ask something else about domesticated, if I may. As we mentioned, it came out of domesticity. It came out of, doing the dishes, the laundry, children, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Are you surprised that there isn't more music that comes from domesticity? Because I couldn't think of anything kind of similar. Kate Bush has a song about doing the laundry, I think. I couldn't think of anything else.
Yes, domestic. It's really strange because, to do good music, in a way, you have to suffer, to feel the pain, in a way. If you have a perfect life, with, you don't have to prepare the breakfast or life with no problem. It's not good to create, So for me, to feel this pain, to be in the cage of the regular life, I love my kids. And I love to buy a croissant for my kids and blah, blah, blah. But, it's painful, you don't sleep enough. You have a bad haircut. You don't have time to choose your clothes, blah, blah, blah. And this pain, in a way, wake up my artistic side, because at one point it was really painful, but really, really, really painful. Like maybe to have kids and a family life, it's the hardest thing who came in my life. It was great. And to be a dad, it's not, I smoke a joint, I wake up at noon. No. You have to wake up at 7 to go to the school. And in the winter, you have to work in the night to go to the school. It's cold. It's terrible. And so to feel this pain, wake up something in me to say, no. I don't want just that in my life. I have to come back with a massive album like Kiss the Beast to become again important in the music industry and to shine again.
If we may, I wanted just to end asking about 3 of your most incredible collaborators, and what was it like to work with them? Firstly, Nile Rodgers.
Nile Rodgers. So I knew Nile Rodgers before to work with him because I was an ambassador for Chanel, the French Chanel, with him. So I knew him before because we did many events with him for Chanel, dinners, blah, 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 interview, blah, blah. So I knew him. And when I had this song named Thrill of the Night, I missed something on the song. It was good producers like Sébastien, Oscar Holter, but I missed something, and my wife told me, but you have to ask to Nile Rodgers to play the guitar on it. And I said, it's a wonderful idea. And just my wife sent it a text to him on the Sébastien want to play music with you. We need a guitar on one song. Could you do it? And he said, yes, I'm done. And few days after, he sent it to me, 6 different tracks of guitars. And he said to me, you can choose what you prefer and the part. And so it was like that. So super easy with Nile Rodgers. This dude is the best. Super nice person, super clever, with a real vision of music. And from my point of view, he has the perfect vision of music. That he works a lot. He's a scientist of music. But the goal of its science is to give pleasure to the audience. And for me, that's perfect. You work. And the result is it's easy, it's fun, it's sweet. So for me, Nile Rodgers is a kind of perfection in my vision of music.
And what was Guy-Man like to work with?
Guy-Man is great. Also a genius of music. Guy-Man is really serious when he works. So it's like to go to the office. We come at 9 in the morning, and we finish at 6 p.m. In the beginning of the evening, and he knows exactly what to do. And so he tell me, first, today you do the piano of this song. Okay, I do the piano. After, you do the guitar of the other song. Okay. And and sometimes it's like, no, it's not sometimes, for sure. He heard the record in his head, and he just do it. It's not experimental at all. Daft Punk and Guy-Man, it's not experimental music. They know and they do, And so it's just now we have to turn on this synthesizer. You choose this sound, yes, okay. So first you play your right hand, okay, cool, and very serious with a real direction. This guy is amazing. It's an amazing musician.
And finally, Tony Allen.
Oh, Tony Allen. Tony Allen, Tony Allen is someone, he was in front of him, and he was so cool, like, like super relaxed guy. Of course, genius of music, because he's the guy who creates the Afrobeat, so it's really something. And it's like he plays a kind of lyrical drum. For him, the drum was not a question of beat; it was a question of poetry. It's because he just when he played the drum, it was like just like a caress. It was not boom, ka, boom, boom, ka. No, it was. It's and so I love that, because I heard long time ago the Beatles in the interview said you have to use the instrument at the opposite of the goal of the instrument. Like you have to play the guitar like it's a piano, or you have to play the bass like it's a drum. And I was saying to myself, but I don't understand why they say that. And with Tony Allen, I understood that you have to take your instrument with the opposite vision of the basic instrument proposed, And so Tony Allen was like, it was fun too. It was great to work with him.
And finally, can you recommend me a book? I reckon you've got very good taste in books.
Alors, books, what I like a lot as a books, there is a terrible books, it's a French book, the name in French is Je voulais juste rentrer chez moi. Alors, in English, it's I wanted just become home. Voilà, exactly. And it's about a young guy, like a 17 guy, who accused to do two murders, two terrible murders, like killing two children with stones, a terrible thing. But it was not him, and so he tell all this long process, like with the police, after with the justice, and his life in the jail, with everybody around him thinking he did these terrible murders. And this book is terrible. It's terrible. It's so deep, and it's a great book.
Sébastien, it's been an absolute pleasure to speak to you. Kiss the Beast is a fantastic album. The gig tonight is going to be amazing. It's in a Greek theatre. Well,
tonight.
Have you seen the venue?
No, I just watched on the internet. I love this kind of venue.
It's
super
amazing.
antique, fantastic.
Well, look, I'm really looking forward to seeing it tonight. Thank you so much for taking the time.
Thank you.
Good luck.
See you tonight.
Yeah, see you tonight.
Bye. Thanks a lot.
You're listening to Radio Primavera Sound, proudly presented by Cupra.